Hello, it's the second maths video of this Wednesday. Now this stuff is mostly going to be new. This is all about coordinates, okay? So we've got an x coordinate, a y coordinate, and we've got to put some little blobs on the screen or on the paper. You've got this on Dojo, but we'll go through some first. We got our basic grid, okay? You don't get lots and lots of grid lines in year 6. Usually you just get numbers, a big blank space, some more numbers, and some stuff in brackets to play with. Coordinates go in brackets. 2 numbers make up a coordinate, so this one's 1 and 1. This one's 1 and 4, and we'll work out what all of this means. If you already know, great. If you don't already know, watch closely, maybe more than once. Lily May, would you be so kind as to join us at the front, please? Let's see what she can do. Right, Lily May, we've got a basic coordinate grid and we've got 1, 1. So first coordinate to plot is 1, 1. Perfect. Second coordinate to plot is 1, 4. Perfect. Next one is 3, 1. Oh, she's good. And then your last one is 3, 4. Excellent. Have a seat, Lily May. If you're at home, I'll just make her blobs a little bit bigger so we can see them hopefully on YouTube a bit more. So she's put them all here. 1, 1, 1, and another 1. That's right. That's a confusing one because both of them are 1. When she's done 1, 4, she's gone along 1, she's gone up 4, and got it exactly right. When she's done 3, 1, she's gone along 3, and up 1. And it's completely right. And the last one, when she's done 3, 4, along 3, and then up until she sees 4 over here. If we join it all together, we get sort of a rectangular shape. Let's undo the rectangular shape and talk about these. We can call them points, that's wrong. We can call them blobs, that's wrong. We can call them coordinates, that's kind of okay. We can call them vertices or vertexes, that could be fine. Vertices is lots, vertex is 1. Okay, we can just call them blobs. Blobs will do. Main thing to remember, whenever you're doing your coordinates, is you always go along first. Always. Always along the x-axis first. And then when you've done that, up the y-axis, right? Along, then up. If you do it the other way, that isn't along, then up, you're going to get them all wrong. Along first, then up. Along first, then up. Along, up. Never up, along. That's wrong. Just in case you're feeling stupid. Here comes a really easy one with Izzy. Izzy, we're going to draw a really simple coordinate graph. So we've got our x over here, we've got our y up here. This point here is always 0, 0. Unless you're told any differently, which you probably won't be. Izzy, we're going to write this coordinate on. So we haven't got any numbers on it yet. Let's say we're going up to 4. Okay, so up there is 4. The along, which we always do first, well, it's a lot longer than 4, so we'll say it goes along to 10. Your coordinate to plot, as accurately as you can, will be 10, 1. There you go. Do us a blob, or a coordinate point, or a vertex, where you think 10, 1 is. That's pretty good. Yeah, she's just checking, she's checking. Yeah, about that? Alright, so you've gone 10 along, because our first coordinate is 10. Then she's gone up 1, because our second coordinate, our up coordinate is 1. Then she's come back here and thought, well, that's going to be 1 up, that's 2 up, that's 3 up, that's 4 up. Pretty accurate, I would say. Just because it's day 1 of coordinates, and you're at home, and we know you're just lying there drinking Diet Coke and eating marshmallows, maybe toasting them over a little candle, who knows? That's what we think you're doing. We'll do another one, just in case. Let's clean it up a little bit. We'll keep our coordinate the same, and this time we'll get the mighty Burgoyne out. Mr. Burgoyne, I would like you to plot for us, please. 5, but you're going to have to work out whether that's 5 along or 5 up. It should be nice and easy. And then we'll put 2. There you go, 5, 2. Now, does he go along first? Or does he go up first? Let's have a look. Okay, Mr. Burgoyne. So you've got 5 along. Always along first, right? So he reckons he's gone to about halfway because he goes up to 10. 5 along's looking good. And then he's gone up 2 to about there, which is halfway between our 0 and our 4. 5 along, 2 up. Burgoyne's a happy boy. Well done, Mr. Burgoyne. Anyone confused in here? They're not confused. If you're confused, just watch all of that again, because it's about to get more difficult. Right, now it gets tricky. As long as we remember, we go along and then up, we're okay, as long as we can count. If we can't remember to go along and then up or count, we're in trouble. Leah, this point here, let's do it in black actually, is 2, 3. So is that 2 along or is it 2 up?
It's 2 along.
So that's 2 along, boom, boom, and then 3 up. Ding, ding, ding. 2, 3. And then we got 10, 6. So Mr. Burgoyne, this 10, is it 10 along or 10 up?
10 along.
10 along and then 6 up. 2, 3, 6, 10, I don't know. But I do know that shape is a regular shape. So whatever this is worth, this must be worth the same thing. Otherwise it makes no sense. So Noah, if this point here is 2 along, and this point here is 10 along, how much along have I gone when I went that way?
8.
8. Right. So we can write plus 8 over here. Now a genius at this point will have worked out the along coordinate over here, because this line was worth plus 8. And this line, I know it's going downhill and that one's going uphill, but it's the same. So what's it worth?
18.
18. So you reckon 18 is our along coordinate. So you reckon coming down this line, because we're going at an angle, we're still going this way, we're going to plus 8. Yeah? Well, we must, because if that was plus 8, that must also be plus 8, because we've gone 8, 8, right? Now the up coordinate should be easy. Somewhere, we'll do it in a lovely purple, somewhere there must be an up coordinate for that point. Somewhere it must tell us how high this line is, because it's the same all the way across. If only I could see an up coordinate somewhere on that line. Oh, I can. There it is. What is it?
6.
It's 3. We look all the way along the line until we find another coordinate on it. Okay, and now we have to think. Is it 2 up or is it 3 up? Which one's the up?
3.
The 3, the second one. So it must be 18, 3. If you're confused, I'll go through it again really quickly, but watch the video again. This is 2 along, 3 up. This is 10 along, 6 up. Well, from 2 along to 10 along, I've added 8. This is 10 along. This I don't know. But this line and this line are the same. So if I added 8 for this line, to get from 2 to 10, I add 8 for this line, to get from 10 to 18. My up coordinate here is the same all the way along this line. Anything on this line is 3 up, because it tells me it is there. So this point here must be 3 up. So 18.3 is correct. If you're struggling, watch it again. We could do another practicey one. We will do another practicey one, but we'll do ours after this video. Easy. Looks horrible and isn't. Theo, what's the along point for that?
Long point is 2.
2. Okay, well, then I've got loads of stuff missing. What's the up point for that?
5.
5. So this is 2 along, 5 up. Theo, what's the along point for that?
7.
And what's the up point?
9.
9. So as long as I know that's 2 along and 5 up, that's 7 along and 9 up. I should be okay as long as I don't muddle it all up inside my brain. Let's try Mr. Dennis. Mr. Dennis, if that's 2 along, yeah, how far along is that one? 2 along. It doesn't matter that it's gone higher up because we're only using the along. Right, now we'll do the other along. Mia, if all the way along to here is 7, all the way along to here is 7. It's the same. It doesn't matter whether the 7 is here, or here, or here, or here. As long as it's gone along to this line, it's done 7. Okay? Let's get rid of that little bit. Right, so we've got a 2 to match our 2 along. We've got a 7 to match our 7 along. Now we only need to be worrying about our up coordinates. Well, Theo's already told us this up coordinate. Theo, how high up is that one? 5, because it tells us, right? Coordinate 2, always up, along, up. Anything on this line must be at the same height as that point, because it's gone up the same amount, right? So Theo, when we get to here, we've gone 7 along, but how high up have we gone? 5, easy. It's on the 5 line. That's 5 up, this line's 5 up, that's 5 up, that's 7, 5. One last coordinate to worry about. I think Burgoyne's got it. Burgoyne, we know this point here is 2 along. We don't know the up for it, but somewhere on this line it must tell us the up.
It's 9.
It's 9. So if we clear it all up, we should now be able to do it pretty quickly. That's 2 along. Well, that's 2 along. That's 5 up. That's 5 up. You have to think about where you're writing the coordinates, whether it's the first one or the second one, the along one or the up one. If we go all the way up to there, somewhere on this line it tells us the up. There it is. And then along here, somewhere on this line it tells us how far along it is. So, oh, it's 7. 7. Easy, right? I'm going to change the numbers of that one. I'm going to try one more in here and we'll see how quickly they can do it. So we'll change these. As long as I change that and that, we don't know what any of the numbers are on here, it doesn't matter. We only need 2 coordinates to plot the others. So we'll say this is 3 along and 6 up. That one we don't know. We'll say this one here is going to be 10 along and we'll go with 8 up. So it should now be pretty easy. Leah, what is this coordinate here?
10.
10 along gets me
Oh, wait.
all the way over there.
3 along.
3 along,
8.
3, 8. 3 along, 8 up. Yeah, because we've got a 3 along here and an 8 up here. So Noah, hopefully you're feeling clever. I need to know how far along I've gone to get to this coordinate.
8.
Is that an along coordinate? That's what
No.
happens if you don't think in order. That is never an along coordinate. So if I use it as an along coordinate, I've got it wrong. So we'll get someone else in. Lily May, how far along?
10.
10, because that's an along coordinate. Noah, how high up?
8.
8's up here.
Oh, no, 6.
6. Wow, so Noah's a bit rusty. He's not quite there. If you're not quite there, watch at home. We'll practice. That's harder. Okay? So is that. And so is that. Ooh. We haven't got time to do them all. That you should be able to work out. That you should be able to work out. That's pretty easy. We'll do one last one. Well, we could do that. We could do that. We could do that. We'll do all of them tomorrow. We'll start with these. Leah, which one do you want to finish with? That one, or that one?
First one.
The first one. Well, it makes sense because it's probably the easiest. Let's get Noah in, see if he's got it. Noah, we've got lots of coordinates here and one missing completely and half of this one missing completely. Let's go through it. This point here, 4, 2. Is that 4 along or 4 up?
4 up. No, 4 along.
Is it 4 along or 4 up?
4 along.
4 along. If you don't get along and up in the right way, you are going to get all of them wrong. What's first, along or up?
Along.
What's second? Along or up?
Up.
Right, always along and up. If it's anything else, you've just got it wrong. So we'll start again. That coordinate there, is it 4 along or 4 up?
Along.
Along. Is it 2 along or 2 up?
2 up.
2 up. Well, if we know that, we should be okay. This one here, Noah, is it 6 along or 6 up?
6 along.
6 along. And is it 9 along or 9 up?
9 up.
Right, now we should be okay. This one here, we'll stick with Noah, 14 along or 14 up?
14 along.
14 along. So somewhere on this line, there must be an up coordinate, because I don't know what it is.
Is it 2?
It's 2. So 14, 2 is our first one. Now it gets tricky. Let's get Charlie in. Charlie, that's 4 along. That's 6 along. What's that line worth?
2.
2. What's the along for that?
14.
What's that worth?
2.
2. So what's the along for that?
16.
16. Wow, somewhere we must know the up coordinate for this line, because it must tell us it. We can't work it out. So you can see it, right? You can definitely see it. Mr. Dennis, what is the up coordinate for that point?
Is it 9?
It's 9. There you go. Easy, right? That jumps from 4 to 6. That must jump from 14 to 16. And we know anything that's on this line is 9. All you have to do is find what's missing by using what's there. Have a go at that one. Have a go at the other ones. And tomorrow when we come back, we'll come back with that and that. And we'll also have a look at those two. So at home, have a go. And if you're in here, we're about to have another go. Until later, it's bye from me.
Bye.